Hey everyone, Jake Hill here. For those of you who don't know me, I am a wedding slash club slash bar DJ living in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I've been a turntable DJ since the mid 90s. And I've always used turntables, always used wax, even before Serato Scratch Live came out. And even when it did, when Scratch Live came out, I was probably one of the first people in the state of South Dakota to have Scratch Live, if that's, saying much. But I wanted to talk to you and show you a simple solution to what I think is a simple problem that vinyl and turntable DJs face. One thing I always hated is when I got a new record, and this isn't a new one, this is a very old control vinyl. The center hole seems to always be just a little larger than the spindle on the turntable. And so what that means is when you put it on there, everything seems fine, but as you start vacuuming and scratching and whatnot, you can tell that there's a little play in the middle of the hole, between the hole and the spindle. So traditionally, what I would always do is have a roll of Scotch tape, and I would, if I noticed that I had a little play, rip off a piece of tape, take a little sliver, and then like that one didn't work, so I tried to take another sliver, and eventually I get some sort of sliver that I could work into the hole. And most of you vinyl guys probably don't know this. You push it through the hole, push it down on one side, push it down the other side, and that fills the gap. There is another method Qbert explains. It's kind of complicated by using a VHS or cassette tape label, the actual sheet that the label comes on. Since that's slippery, cut a piece of that off. But since that's not adhesive, you slide it through the hole, tape it down on one side, tape it down the other side, and then you're good. But both of those methods wear off. And so I wanted to come up with a simple solution that is a little cleaner, it's quicker, more convenient, and more durable than the good old Scotch tape. And what I came up with are these little guys that I call SnugWax Strips. I call them SnugWax because they keep your vinyl nice and snug against the spindle, but still give it enough room to spin, so you can cut and scratch and backspin and all that stuff. What these are is basically premium cut adhesive vinyl. These are an inch long by I believe about 3/16 wide, and they'll make it a lot more convenient to peel one off, fill that gap between the record hole and the spindle, and it'll tighten up your scratching, it'll increase the response time, make it a little better, and then you get rid of that that annoying lateral wobble from a loose spindle hole. So I'll show you guys how these work and tell you a little more about them. Alright guys, here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about when I talk about loose spindle holes. This is actually a real record, not a control vinyl, but the concept is the same. This is where the play happens, right here. And I'll try to zoom in so you can actually see that. If you watch closely, see that play? You can hear it too. I'll be quiet so you can hear it. Hear that clicking? And you can see the gap on each side as I move it. Doesn't seem like much, and this one's not horrible. Some of them are a lot worse. But still, when you're going to town, I mean, you can feel it. And since you're using slip mats, here's part of the concept. You're using slip mats, and so the point of a slip mat is to give you some slide so you can scratch and vacuum and everything. But when you let go, it goes, and this is powered down so it doesn't go. But the platter's spinning underneath, the record's slipping, and so when you're bringing in a track, when you let go, when you release it, you want it to keep playing. Well, since you're on a slip mat, one of the only good points of contact, the spindle's attached to the platter. So you don't want too much play because you want enough freedom between the spindle and the record that you can do your scratching and your cueing and all this stuff. But you want it to have enough contact. When you let it go, it goes, and the spindle will do its part to help push the record through. So I'm going to show you the SnugWax Strips again. Here's the package, and there are 24 in here, and like my good friend Jeff says, that'll last most DJs their entire life. So, but I think it's a good value, and I want to show you how these work. First, before I forget, like I said, this is something I came up with, and I made a little website for them, snugwax.com. And right now I've got packs just like this. I've got them up there and they're definitely less than $5. I don't know what I have to do on the pricing yet. I have to figure that out with shipping, but they're going to be super cheap, super affordable, and you know, will last you, like I said, forever. I just want to help some other DJs out. So I'll show you how it works on the spindle. Okay. Alright, this is one of the strips itself, peeled off. Like I said, it's just adhesive vinyl, and it's glossy. You can see the gloss on it. The sticky side's facing my finger. And pretty simple how it works. You got your hole there. You basically, I'm going to try to do this and film it at the same time. They're 1 inch long, so you take it and you just feed it through the hole, about halfway in, and you press down your side. See that? Then it's kind of hanging out the other side, so you just grab it. Give it a little tightness, because it is vinyl, it will stretch a little bit, so it's nice and smooth. Then you smooth it down. I should have got that a little straighter, but I'm trying to film it as well. And so then, boom. And what that does is it fills the gap. So let's put it on here. It's still got a little play. It's a lot better, but since I'm going to zoom in and show that there's hardly any play at all, I'm going to add another strip. And I like to go opposite side, but I'm going to keep the integrity of this label where it says Pop Rocks. So I'm just going to put it on over here a little bit. And again, tighten it out, smooth it down. So then we have two SnugWax strips in there. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice right there. Okay, so for this particular record, I ended up doing 3 of the strips, and it'll still spin, and it'll be enough that if this record player was spinning and this turntable was going, when I released it, the spindle would have enough friction to push the record along. And as you can see, I'm doing the same lateral motion that I was before, and you can actually see I'm rocking the turntable now. And you can see at the spindle, there's hardly any play now. A nice tight response, and it's going to be somewhat of a more permanent solution than the Scotch tape or the label method, because they are vinyl. Duh, it's the same stuff this is made of, the record. And you know, as anything that's going to experience the friction, they will getting blurry. As anything that experiences friction, they will eventually wear out. But that's why you get 24 in a pack for way less than $5 at snugwax.com. So check out the website. You can order them right on there. I'll send them to you myself personally, put them in an envelope, lick it with my own tongue, and shoot it your way. So feel free to comment on this video. If you think it's a stupid idea and you just would rather stick to your CDJs, that's fine. Just leave that comment as well. But if you think it'll help you out, please leave your comment. If you have suggestions for me, please leave that as well. And thank you for checking out this video.